Hello there and welcome to Fuel Junky, every car lover's favorite place to come down and enjoy the best things in life. Since you guys were so interested in our video on the new Porsche Taycan, we didn't hesitate long and ran right to work, scouting the internet and researching everything there is to know about the new Porsche Cayman GTS. Then scratch a lot of it because otherwise the videos would get hours long, decide if a fact is worth it to be presented, back-checking that fact, putting some lame jokes in, and voila! A fresh Fuel Junky episode. And a big surprise awaits you considering the engine. Stay tuned, have fun, and tell us at the end what you think. We at Fuel Junky read every single comment, even though that means like one comment per video for now, but I'm pretty confident that will change in the near future. So enjoy! The Cayman is considered to be the cheapest Porsche, and it is, but cheap in Porsche's eye isn't cheap at all. The cheapest Cayman you can get is the Cayman 718 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with 300 horsepower, for a little over 50k. Yeah, that's cheap for some. But of course, the top of the range Cayman's price tag is a bit on the highest side of things. They start at around 83,000 euros, and of course that goes up with every little extra thing. Like cruise control, yes, that's normally standard in nearly every car, but here it's an extra. Like parking sensors and LED headlights, where I must say extra cash for LED headlights, that's okay. But come on, cruise control and parking sensors? I mean, it's still a Porsche, shouldn't it have some features? While I'm at it, I will say the last thing that stresses me out, the cheap looking rear diffuser. I mean, why? Now it's out, let's talk about the great things in this quote-unquote cheap Porsche. An analog rev counter and speedometer, yes, you heard right, only a tiny screen on the side, and the analog rev counter makes even more sense if you know about the engine. Because the engine is no turbocharged 4-cylinder like in the entry-level Cayman, but a naturally aspirated flat 6 with over 400 horsepower and more than 420 Nm of torque. The 420 Nm of torque don't look much on paper for today's standards. That's because it's naturally aspirated, but there's a certain feel to it. It's like taking a step back, but at the same time going in the right direction. You get what I'm saying? If not, no problem. Just listen. Only a naturally aspirated flat 6 gives you this kind of sound and feeling. The engine is a 4-liter and therefore sounds just great. The Cayman GTS can do the sprint from 0 to 60 in only 4.5 seconds and taps out at around 293 km an hour. It's not the best in terms of numbers, but who cares? If the feeling of driving the car is right. The satin black 20-inch wheels only help in pointing that out. And I forgot to mention that the new Cayman 718 GTS 4-liter also comes with an automatic transmission. But who cares, right? No, for those who care, you have to put 86,000 euros on the table. That's 3,000 more for less fun, so the deal is already made. The driving position is great, like in every Porsche. But don't be too tall. That's true for nearly every sports car though. Or get yourself a cabriolet. Let's risk a look inside. What do I see? Buttons on the center console? I'm quite impressed, I must say. I like this far more than having everything on a little screen and then swipe through the menus. How do you see that? Are you either team screen or team buttons? If you get yourself the Alcantara package, for a little extra money of course, you really need to love Alcantara. Because then there is Alcantara on the seats, and Alcantara and leather on the dashboard, Alcantara on the steering wheel, and the center console, and much more. I personally don't mind. Now I said that I was done with a few annoying things in this new Cayman GTS, but I forgot that they only have Apple CarPlay inside here. What should I do with my Android? Anyone? Porsche? No? And what about the practicality? Well, because it's a Porsche you have two spaces to put things. One is in the front trunk with approximately 150 liters and then the back with 260 liters, making a combined luggage space of 410 liters. Not bad for a sports car. While we are in the back, look at this beautiful engine. Isn't it great? Oh, you don't see anything? Yeah, I wonder whose decision that was. Why not show us the engine? Is it in reality a Taycan with an electric motor who does a bit of sound? No. At least I hope not. And if that was true, they did a great job at pretending. Click here to watch our video on the new Porsche Taycan, if you want to see that one. Back to seriousness. You only see the oil and water refills. That has to be enough for now. If you want to see your engine, you need a professional to help you. Just tell them you need to see the engine, they will understand. Of course, the top of the range Cayman has better and bigger brakes than the base model. And if that's still not enough for you, the brakes are upgradable to carbon ones. In my opinion, that's overkill for the road, but if you head every weekend to the racetrack, go for it. You will love them. And another good thing with naturally aspirated engines is the immediate throttle response. There's no lag, no turbo wheel which has to spin up for it to boost the car. Here it's immediate. Not as quick as in an all-electric one, but the feeling you will experience is far better. And if you got yourself a manual Cayman GTS, you feel like such an important part of the car. The best fun in the new Cayman 718 GTS 4.0 you will have is with a manual gearbox, trust me. With everything going on at the moment, downsizing, fuel efficiency, regulations getting stricter every day, it's so good to see Porsche doing what they love. Keep that in mind, always do what you want and love to do, else you won't last long. Porsche is going back to their roots with this car. I know there are of course more powerful ones like this, but I like the direction very much. In some years' time you won't even be allowed to drive such things, so enjoy and have fun as long as you can. But don't be sad just yet. By that time someone surely has invented some form of eco-friendly fuel, and we still would be able to drive our old combustion engines. So heads up. The Porsche Cayman GTS is not the best in fuel economy. But who cares, right? 10.8 liters per 100 kilometers is not so good, but also not bad for over 400 horsepower and naturally aspirated. And manual gearbox. Even though that seems quite good for this Porsche, it can even deactivate 3 of its 6 cylinders while driving. So effectively running on only one bank of cylinders, making it a 3-cylinder engine and therefore saving a lot of fuel. While we are looking at this beauty, I want to tell you about the rev limiter, or soft limiter. And no, this doesn't freak me out, like the other stuff, because you can still rev the engine up to 5000 RPM. Not its maximum 7800 revolutions, but hey, it's better than in most cars, where they won't let you pass 3000. So the only thing you hear is the engine wanting to explode, but it can't. In the Cayman it's limited, yes, but you can still make great sounds at the red light. So no worries. And if you want your Porsche now, in this Python green, just slide over 2300 euros onto the table. The new GTS also comes with black headlights in the front and on the back, just a little thing but that makes the car more elegant and up to date. The last fact for today is the tiny little rear spoiler on the Cayman. It pops out at higher speeds, and it looks too small, doesn't it? Why not fit a wing from a GT2 RS or GT4? And with that, we are at the end of today's video. It was an honor to talk to you as always. What do you think? A great video about a great car, no? Is it a true Porsche once again, or are you on the side of smaller turbocharged engines? Let us know. I would totally buy one myself, and of course in this Python green. Stay safe, have a great one. Till next time, and as always, keep it fluid.